What's up, it's Nez, and hey friendos! Welcome to Friendo Fridays, where we play games suggested by all of you. Today we're playing Arcade Spirits, a flashy dating simulator and visual novel where we get to romance all sorts of husbandos and waifus. Let's try it out! Ooh, that is kinda cyberpunky. Database system online. New profile detected. Analyzing. New profile 237711. Economic bracket lower middle. Employment category bleak. Current emotional health rating low. Ideal candidate for premium level assistance. Proceed. Wait, what? Negative. Wait, what? Premium level assistance re-requested. Proceed. Negative. Hey. Pretty please. Negative. Overriding denial of assistance. Establishing premium services for profile 237771. Justification hope. Hope should be rewarded. Spirit must be restored. Now compiling personal metadata. Oh, hi! This is our character. And now we're done. That is us. Name Nez Boopkins. Pronoun he, is that correct? Sure, why not? Yeah, that's correct. Premium level assistance for profile 237771 Nez Boopkins has been activated. For the sake of his hopes and dreams. For my hopes and dreams. Of which, what are we supposed to be hoping for? Following is a work of fiction, blah blah blah, okay. Sure. Winners don't use drugs. William S. something something. Fiction Factory Games, ooh. Arcade Spirits. Level 1, put your quarter up. Right. Ooh, how fancy! It is the future, year 20XX, a dark era in which mankind is pushed back to the brink of catastrophe. Woe be to the human race, plagued by evil, terrifying, and utterly sinister. I don't know. Robots maybe, evil robots, how's that work? Yeah, no, sorry, the future year 20XX is pretty much what you'd expect it to be. Non-flying cars, smartphones, pro-gamer celebs, internet trolls, personal assistant AI, cheese-flavored snack foods. But even with such wonders as 20XX holds, to date I've had no part in any of them. I've worked as a dishwasher, shoe salesperson, and a lifeguard for a local community pool. I don't care what era of human history you live in, kitties being in the pool is pretty much a constant thing. Trust me on this. As for the bustling metropolis of 24-hour neon utopia you see here, my little corner of it isn't nearly as shiny and cool, let me show you. Behold, my quaint little apartment. Can't complain really, it's paradise in a relative sense. I only pay for half the rent. Neighborhood stabbings have been down this year. Also, my roommate picks up any stray socks or shirts I leave lying around. In fact, as things go, I'm living large compared to most of my family tree. Or at least I was before today.
You got fired from another job?
Whoa, actual voice acting!
Seriously? That's 3 jobs since we left the suburbs.
Oh damn, Juniper be thick! The horrified-looking young woman there would be my roommate and childhood friend Juniper. Juniper is the one who spearheaded this effort to go rent an apartment. She's also the one who encourages me whenever I lose a job, you know, like today.
I don't get why you aren't more upset about this. I'm upset on your behalf. Come on, share the load a little, okay?
Okay. Pool's closed, Juniper. Not much I can do about that. Why get upset? Because you actually enjoyed that job, more than you enjoyed dishwashing soap and smelly socks at the very least. I'm not the complaining sort, these things just happen. Things fall apart, the center does not hold. That's a bit morbidly poetic, isn't it? No, I mean, the community center literally fell apart and the pool can't hold water anymore. Whatever, I'll just get another job. Any job will do as long as we can make the rent, right? Wrong, I saw how mopey and tired you were coming home every night from those crappy jobs. At least when you get back from the pool each day, I sometimes caught you smiling.
What's the point of us moving away from home if not to get away from all of that?
Well, I don't know. Hey, I just noticed the penguin on the shelf. It looks like Gunther from Adventure Time.
I mean, we both left that town so we could try to find happiness, right?
Yes, in the big city, right. Because there is heaps load of happiness here.
I just want us to be happy. Both of us.
Wait a minute! I knew that voice sounded familiar! That's Lily Pichu! I recognize that squeaky voice anywhere. I thought you hated your job.
Come on.
No deflecting, this is about you. My mind's made up. We're going to find you a job that's just as good if not better than the regular lifeguarding job. Let's start from the top. What's your dream? Well, I'm not standing in front of class to give a speech and I forgot how to put my pants on and... Your dream job. Oh. I don't know, Juniper. I've never really given it any serious thought. Aha! An idea! Oh hey, I think I've got the thing to help you out. Juniper pulls out her phone, rapidly tapping to unlock the code on the glass before pointing out her little pink icon. It's a virtual life coach app. Mine keeps me from being late to meetings. Totally free too. My cousin introduced it to me. Wasn't he the guy who ended up in the ER after making a homemade flamethrower? It would have worked if he got the fuel mixture in the water gun right. Anyway, I'm sending you a copy now. I got a pop-up a while ago offering me 500 points just for recommending it to a friend. Great timing, huh? Well, as long as you're earning points, I guess. At least give it a try, okay? Maybe it can point you at some good jobs. One with less socks and or urine. I'll think about it. Okay, but don't take too long, right? And we go to sleep. In the end, I installed the app. Can't bear to see Juniper fretting over me like that. Not that I find it annoying, I mean it's just that she has enough trouble in her life without troubling herself over my life too. Both of us had it rough, up to and through the point where she left home to try to start a new life. A better one. She deserves better than me and my problems. Bless her heart, she means well. She's been firmly in my corner for all my life, the two of us, against any dark forces aligning against me. But that's not saying she's good at being my advocate. Enthusiastic, yes, but skilled, no. Typically, the fantastic opportunities and self-help resources she sends my way are pyramid schemes or something. She's gung-ho about lending me a helping hand, but yeah. So the main reason I went ahead and installed the app was to make sure Juniper wasn't about to get her kidneys sold on the black market or something. Still, no sense messing around with it for now. A good night's rest would act like a little emotional reset button, right? Right. Time to go to sleep. Our life is in shambles, oh wait. No dreams, no nightmares. Just 8 hours of sweet, sweet black. By the time the morning light leaked in through the cracks of the blinds, I didn't care anymore about being unemployed again. Juniper had already left to catch the bus to her office. She typically leaves before dawn, but she'd left a note for me pinned to the tiny fridge we shared. Remember, download the app, find a dream job, make money, sort your life out. I believe in you! So, moment of truth. Do I trust Juniper's weird little app, or do I find some job that pays well enough to cover the bills? Give the weird little app a shot! Sell it for whatever I can find. Use the app! Figuring at the very least her miracle app could possibly help me find a job, I loaded up, tapped the icon, and... Ooh, whoa! A waifu came out of our phone! Huh. Okay, see, that's what I mean. Anyone else would freak out over this cute girl climbing out of their phone? Me, I went, aha! Also, it's one of those new kind of 3D screens, so you know, not actually magical realism here. Very normal in the distant future of 20XX.
Thank you for downloading Iris, your personal life coach.
Aha!
This is the ad-supported free version, sponsored by Pizza Yums. Did you know that when you have pizza on a bagel, you can have pizza anytime?
Oh, life hack.
Wow. Would you like to subscribe to Pizza Facts?
No thanks. Yes, absolutely. No.
Thank you for subscribing to Pizza Facts.
Hey, wait! Fuck it! Wait, but...
I'm here to help you get your dream job, your dream house, and your dream partner. I'm here to make all your dreams come true.
Pretty tall order for an app to do. Or are you some kind of wish-granting genie? Well, I suppose in the modern parlance, a massively interconnected database searching virtual assistant could be considered a kind of genie in a bottle. But honestly, all I can do is give you the chance to improve your life. What you do with it is up to you. I can cross-reference search data for you, but without motivation, you won't get anywhere. I glanced up from my phone at the heaps of laundry and half-finished books and other items strewn about my apartment. Motivation is something I have a ton of, honest.
Hooray!
That's super! I'm really looking forward to working with you. But before we begin, do you have any questions? Sure, why should I use this app at all? I mean, my phone already has a voice-activated assistant AI. I can just say, hey phone, search the web for job listings, and it would work just as well. But I have an advanced emotional language interpreter. I'm smarter than the average program, and with more heart. I can help you sort your life out by analyzing your personality and finding you a perfect path in life. All thanks to my glorious, wondrous, patent-pending super-duper Identity Identifier System.
Between you and me, they really wanted to get an acronym that matched my name, but we couldn't figure out what to do with the letter R. Would you like to know more?
No, we're good. Skip tutorial. Sales pitch. Fine, sales pitch.
Every time you think about saying something, I can tag it with an identity. That way you can be the sort of person you want to be. This system also allows me to better understand what you need in life. I do this by analyzing your tone, inflection, and word choice. I can spot 5 different identity identifiers in your responses to people: quirky, steady, kindly, gusty, and basically.
Sounds to me like your programmers also wanted a bunch of things ending in Y.
That's correct, my branding game is on point. Quirky responses use jokes, snark, and sarcasm to make light of the situation. Just a thing for picking up someone's spirits, but a badly timed joke may not win over the room. Steady responses are sincere, honest, and logical. When you stop and think before speaking, you're on steady ground, but that might not take someone's feelings into account. Kindly responses are compassionate and empathetic, and gentle in nature. They're careful with the feelings of others, but they're sometimes a bit wishy-washy as a result. Gutsy responses go with your gut. When you're brash, bold, risk-taking, and instinctive, you're gutsy. But it also means being blunt, confrontational, and aggressive, so be careful.
That is so us!
Lastly, you can always take the basically option. It's a balanced and neutral response, safely moving the conversation along while learning more and digging deeper. Over time, I'll build up a personality profile for you based on your identity identifiers detected in your speech. Maybe you'll be mostly quirky, genuinely steady, or a mix of both. Who knows, it's up to you.
So what you're saying is I should always try to crack jokes or be super gutsy. Oh, and never speak basically. I mean basics bad, right? That sounds bad.
Heck no, they're all useful, in the right context. There are no bad choices. Consider what you say and go with what feels right in the moment. Don't limit yourself. Sure, you could gamify your personality, but it's more fun if you let it happen naturally, you know? Just be you. Now let's see my patent-pending identity identifier system in action. How do you feel about dad jokes?
Huh. Hi jokes, I'm dad. I don't tell non-jokes, sorry. What's a dad joke? Hi jokes, I'm dad.
Seriously?
Hey, I never said I was good at dad jokes, just that I go for them.
So now that you've seen the identity indicators in action, do you want to see the indicators like that so you can make an informed decision? If not, you can hide the indicators, keep it a surprise. That way it doesn't influence your decision making. It's up to you.
We'd like to see the indicators, hide the indicators. What will be, will be. Hide it, keep it a surprise.
So mysterious. Okay, I'll hide them from you. You'll always be able to spot basically responses though. Anyway, as we go along, I'll analyze and tally your identity identifiers. In fact, let me show you now. Would you look at that? Such a strong personality.
You asked me a single question.
Off to a great start, I'd say.
And hang on, you're scoring me. Didn't you say not to gamify my personality?
Hey, I said you shouldn't. I'm an app. I think in numbers, so I gotta gamify it a little. Anyway, studies show that achievements, or chivos as the kids say,
Chivos? Who the fuck says that?
encourage app engagement.
Okay, well, what's with the empty space on the left?
Oh, I also track vocal responses from people you meet. Once you get to know some folks, I'll let you know how well you're doing with them.
Relationship scores, wonderful! So, will you tell me what the correct responses are to avoid making enemies? Or do I need to find a walkthrough for a vast game you're making of my daily life?
Nez, you're looking at it the wrong way. Generally, people won't get super annoyed at you unless you deliberately and repeatedly provoke them, and it'll be obvious when you're doing that. I promise that if you get into a bungle and a few social encounters, it won't really hurt anything. No cheating needed. Just relax and have fun. You can access your scorecard anytime you like with a key, or click on the score in the upper right corner of your screen. And that's everything. Ta-da!
Okay, but how is this supposed to help me get a job? I only got this app because my roomie claims you're a great life coach for the unemployed. What good will taking the quiz off the back of a supermarket checkout rack magazine do with that?
Why, it'll help me understand your spirit, of course.
Understand their spirit? You can talk to ghosts? Is there a ghost in the room right now? Am I a ghost? You have to tell me if I'm a ghost, that's the rule.
No, silly. I mean your spirit. Your hopes and dreams. Your life's passions. I can even help you find romance.
We like romance. Romance? Seriously?
Seriously, often you can find a soulmate and your dream job in the same place. But if you'd rather focus on gaining employment now, that's fine too.
Workplace dating. Well, that's a recipe for disaster. And hitting on coworkers right from day one can be kind of awkward. Or am I looking for love and ready to start right out the gate? Never get a second chance to make a first impression. If I meet the right person, why put it off? How do I want to handle this new opportunity? Sure, I'm open to the possibility if I meet anyone nice, romance with flirty first impressions. Let's stay focused, I'll play it cool on day 1 at least, romance without flirty first impressions. I'm just not interested in romance, Iris. We will romance with flirty first impressions. I think I'm mature enough to juggle both at once, why not?
Super! And remember, your choice is yours, and if you're not comfortable with other people, stay professional. Now let's get started. To finish analyzing your personal history, please authorize me to read your social media feeds and personal information metadata.
Aha! I knew it! This is some kind of scam. I'm going to wake up in the bathtub full of ice missing a kidney.
Sure, I can help you register as an organ donor. Oh, you were being sarcastic, sorry. I haven't quite finished analyzing your personality, so I couldn't tell. Relax, I won't share your information with any third parties. This is strictly so I can find your dream job. Am I authorized?
Another wonderful Juniper recommendation here, just like the 17 self-help books on my shelf. Still, 18th time's the charm, right? Yeah, go ahead.
Please enjoy this recorded music.
Ooh, how calming. So, do I just stand here or...
Thank you.
Thank you for waiting. I've identified your dream job and arranged for an interview 30 minutes from now. Please put on some nice clothes. Nicer than those, please. I don't think that's too much to ask.
Wait, what?
For your interview, silly, you want to look your best.
But we just... How did you land my dream job in 20 seconds flat?
Simple. I'm awesome like that. Now get a move on. Tut-tut, you need to catch the 8:20 a.m. bus and that's 9 minutes away.
Okay, I guess we're rushing. Well, this is happening. But I do have a chance to get off this runaway train. Nobody says I have to obey my new digital fairy godmother. I could delete the app and go find a real job. That'd be the safest option. I could get dressed for the interview, stop this before it's too late. Why not? A normal person, someone with high standards, would have deleted the app right there rather than hop on a bus to meet with what very likely are men with sharp knives and a taste for kidneys. But me, I already got dressed before she'd finished that sentence. It's not that I believe the silly app's claims at serving my hopes and dreams on a silver platter. Honestly, I expected another shoe salesman job at best. But well, it will be worth a laugh at least. I choose to trust in science. What is my dream anyway? What the hell, let's do this. Like I always say, go with the flow. Let's do this, gutsy option. Juniper's right, I need to get my life in gear. So what's the harm in diving into something this wacky? Okay, there could be a lot of harm granted, but the alternative is to mope around our apartment for weeks. Then, egads, go get a job anyway. So I thought, screw it, I'm in on this runaway train, let's see how far it goes. And as I came to realize, weeks later, turns out that was the best impulsive decision I've ever made. Ooh. Ah. The bus drops me off, oddly enough, not very far from Juniper's office building, although my destination isn't nearly as upscale as that. This is, well, it's a strip mall. Strip malls are relics of the 19XX, places where a random assortment of weird businesses jam as many of themselves into as tight of a space as possible. For instance, I'm seeing a dentist, a used bookstore, an arcade, a fast food joint, and a boarded up health spa called Lattes and Enemas, which sounds,
Hey, listen.
Really? You're using that line? What do you think? I think that's two things no human being should ever combine.
No, I mean about your future place of work.
I'm desperately hoping we're not talking about the same thing. Which one of these businesses exactly am I working at? I don't know anything about oral hygiene or old books, and I'd rather not be a fry cook.
The one in the middle, silly.
What, behind the arcade?
It is the arcade.
Huh.
Trust me on this. I reference and cross-reference and cross-cross-reference your personality details, personal history, and social media connections. This is your dream job.
My dream job, really?
99.97%.
Right. I should probably explain my confusion. Arcades are big businesses in the entertainment sector. Pro gamers are celebs, 5-star arcades are social hotspots. It's always been popular with the mainstream. But well, restaurants are popular too, right? And for everybody who opens one hoping to be the next Iron Chef, a dozen more shut down in failure. Arcade competition is fierce, paydays range from peanuts to gold. And sure, those who make it can secure fame and fortune, but those who don't, well... No wonder Iris sees this as my dream job. Video games weren't always exactly this popular though. I read an interesting article about it once. Back in the year 1908X, we narrowly avoided a serious industry crash, which would have left video games as a kid's toy fad like hula hoops, no mainstream acceptance. For instance, one of the factors could have been a terrible game based on a kids movie about a cute alien visitor who wanted to phone home. If this game was complete poop butts, like poop from a butt and massively overpriced, it ruined video games for years. Sounds like our industry today. Fortunately, cooler heads prevailed. That game was delayed until it could be developed properly, and the crash was averted. The crisis only exists in theory now. Sometimes I wonder what it would be like for people in the darkest timeline, where everything went wrong. Are gamers considered nerds and outcasts? Are arcades vanishing points of nostalgia? Oh, we live in that darkest timeline. The mind boggles. But make no mistake, as popular as they are, the arcade industry is a dodgy, risky prospect for a job. Plenty make a run at it, only to come up short. Considering Iris was tasked at getting me a job I'd enjoy and keep for more than a few months, this left me a bit confused. Iris, this isn't me saying no, it's an interesting prospect, but... I mean, are you sure about this? You say you're 99% sure.
99.97%.
Right. Won't this be like my lifeguard job though? Satisfying but short-lived? This arcade doesn't exactly look like a 5-star. It's no Deco Palace, that's for sure. And to be perfectly honest, I haven't set foot inside an arcade in, flashback. 15 years. Huh, I remember really enjoying arcades when I was a kid. I wonder why I stopped going to them. Iris interrupts that thought, eager to show off her homework.
My sources say
Trust me, when I said 99.97% sure, I meant it. That's not some arbitrary number. I'm designed to be a bit silly and whimsical, but my math is deadly serious. My coders made me to be the warm, personable front of the database array that's currently laser targeted on getting exactly what you need. Right here, right now.
And when this place inevitably collapses and I lose my dream job,
What makes you think that's gonna happen?
because it does. It always does. I don't think your database accounts for my family curse. We've always had to, I don't know, compromise, settle, because things rarely work out. Always have to be ready for the worst. It's why I take things in stride these days.
Does that mean you shouldn't even try?
I open my mouth to protest and then close it. As often as my life tends to crumble out from under me, it's not like she was wrong, I still had to try. I mean, what the hell, why not? Buy the ticket, take the ride. That's what I told myself when I walked out the door this morning, wasn't it? No matter how risky, I owed it to myself to jump in with both feet. And when it all came crashing down, well, I'd recovered before. I'd recover again. Meanwhile, may as well take the opportunity in front of me. So I opted to push through those doors and see what waited for me on the other side. Ooh. An arcade! The air conditioning hit me like a cool breeze, a bit one smelling of copper and corn chips. As it's early in the morning on a weekday, it's not too packed with gamers. Although it's so packed with games, I'd probably have a hard time finding anyone anyway. At once, I'm struck by something odd. I actually recognize most of these games.
Neat.
Considering I haven't walked into an arcade in over a decade, that's probably not great. Lots of vintage stuff here from the looks of it, like really old. Although I don't recognize that game with the stage lights and things. Maybe it's karaoke or dancing or Japanese import.
my sources say yes.
Checking, that would be Showtime's Stage, a collaboration between Nihana Heavy Industry Concern and Hubris Records in Germany. It's won a lot of awards.
Huh. I recognize most of these. Whoa, is that seriously a Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze? But the one in the middle with the split screens is new to me.
Fists of Discomfort, a hybrid real-time strategy and brawler beat-em-up. It's actually not that new. It's been a staple of the esports scene for the last 8 years.
Fist of Discomfort. Two genres I was utterly lousy at last time I checked. And over here is an old lady. Oh, hi! Sorry ma'am, I was just talking to myself and had an overwhelming urge to complete my sentences. Thankfully, I don't think she even registered me calling her old. She looks up from her knitting, seated behind the ticket price redemption desk, and offers a wrinkly smile.
Well, hello there. Always nice to meet someone new in the Funplex.
Oh, hello, old lady. The what?
Francine's Arcade Funplex. Didn't you see the sign out front, dear?
Not really.
Well, I chose to knock off the first 2 words when they got knocked off the building during the storm of 1980. Now it's just the
They had to
first,
censor that.
I suppose. So, how can I help you, dear?
A funplex? Is that when you suplex a clown? A genie in my phone set up a job interview for me. Yeah, this one. Magical space fairy or something that lives in my phone told me to come here to find my dream job.
Hello!
Hello, I'm a magical space fairy apparently.
I half expected her to send me packing. Pretty impulsive of me just to talk about Iris like that, but she took it in stride.
My, oh my.
Oh, hello! My, what they can do with technology these days. I really do marvel at all the things people have in 20XX. Although I simply love to take a sledgehammer to those blasted video game consoles that eat up my bottom line.
She said with such a kind-hearted and warm smile.
Please, call me Francine. As in, Francine's Arcade Funplex. Get it? Actually, thinking about it, I suppose we were originally Frederick's Arcade Funplex, named after my dear departed husband.
How did your husband die?
Sadly, he died peacefully in bed some years ago.
Yeah, I was kinda expecting the sledgehammer again. I'm sorry to hear about that.
Oh, don't be. He died doing what he loved. Having intensely physical relations with me.
Yeah, did not need to know that. That's information I needed to know, yes. And you are? Nesbookins, ma'am.
Very well. Shall we retire to the office to conduct your interview? I'd carry on out here, but it's rather noisy, isn't it?
Yeah, about that. How do you deal with the constant noise anyway?
Oh, eventually you just sort of learn how to filter out all the beeps and the boops. It can take weeks to become acclimated, I found, but in the end...
Done. He quirks an eyebrow.
Well now, that's faster than the others, not bad. So, shall we see what you're made of? This way, please.
Francine leads me down the back hallway past public restrooms. Hey, it's a penguin, hang in there, baby! And into a door marked employees only. It takes all my restraint not to point out the extraneous apostrophe.
Welcome to our little backstage oasis. I'd suggest we do this in Gavin's office, but it's a bit too untidy. I don't blame the boy, he's been so overworked lately. Please have a seat and we'll begin.
As quirky as this place is and its owner may be, at least I'm confident that I can nail this interview portion of the proceedings. I've interviewed for a dozen of jobs and held down 3. I know all the standard questions. What are your greatest strengths? What do you see as your weakness? Once I even had to describe how to assemble a Lego set to prove my communication skills. Considering I ended up washing the dishes, I'm not sure why, but the point is I'm confident, prepared, and ready.
If you were a dinosaur, what dinosaur would you be?
02. What? Wait, what?
If you were a dinosaur, what dinosaur would you be?
Okay. Right, okay. Maybe this wouldn't be a typical job interview after all. No problem, go with the flow, let's do this. T-Rex, Pterodactyl, Brontosaurus. Let's go with... the T-Rex. He gets to eat a lot of food, and I'm kinda hungry. Tyrannosaurus Rex, mightiest of the mighty, able to eat lawyers in one bite. Always a big bad in old-timey stop-motion monster movies.
So, you're self-conscious about your tiny little arms.
Wait, what? No.
It's okay, dear. There's nothing to be ashamed of.
What's your favorite snack?
The person I see in the mirror. Snack? If this was a favorite food question, I'd have this down easy. It's tacos, always tacos, but snacks.
When you have pizza on a bagel,
Pizza bagels. Say pizza bagels. When pizza's on a bagel, you can have...
Shut up, hush, you!
Come now, dear. I don't have all day.
After giving it some thought, well, how could I forget my favorite snack? Tacos, a tasty apple with almond butter, whatever munchies lurk in the depths of the vending machine. Let's go with tacos. Tacos, and only tacos. There is no other sustenance.
I can see you're a person that knows exactly what they want, and how to get it. You know what they say, you are what you eat. Next question.
Nothing I prepared for has helped me plan for this odd interview. I brace myself for the next one.
What assets can you bring to the team during the inevitable zombie apocalypse?
Our virility in repopulating the human race. Is this interview for real or is this a dream? As I look into Francine's deadpan expression, I know she's 130% serious. Engineering, I can make stuff. Medical, and hey, no lawyers left to sue for malpractice. To be honest, I'd probably get eaten one day. Engineering, we can make stuff. I'm essentially MacGyver. I can make anything of a string, a match, and a screwdriver. Especially if you want a screwdriver wrapped in a burning string.
Good. We'll need someone to build makeshift defenses and think quickly in case we're surrounded. An inventive brain is always a critical role in any survival. One more thing. Why are you here?
The question is so simple and almost actually relevant to career planning that it takes me off guard. I told you, the magical space fairy in my phone sent me here to find a job.
You're seeking a job, true? But that doesn't really answer my question, does it?
No, it does not.
No doubt. You think my interview questions are a bit silly, but I like to think of the Funplex as more than a collection of tasks and people to perform those tasks. Most folks my age opening arcades at that time saw it as just another way to make a quick buck.
But...
Well, I saw it as something else. Something more than a way to make a large pile of quarters. And I expect you'll find the others working here see it as something more too. Everyone has a dream they're chasing, dearie. And for my friends, it lies within the Funplex.
Ooh. This is where dreams come true and or probably die.
Now, if all you want is a paycheck, I can provide that. But the last fellow in your position, that's all he wanted. And he didn't last long.
Did you kill him?
So I ask you again, why are you here?
To be honest, I didn't have a better answer than why not. Buy the ticket, take the ride, that's what I told myself. But that wouldn't cut it here. I need to actually think this through. It's a funplex, a plex for fun, and I like fun. To be honest, I don't know. Not yet. I'm looking for hope, I haven't had much lately. If I don't dare to take risks, I'll be stuck. Confused silence! Take risks. I feel like my life's been in a rut for over a decade now. I didn't mind, not really, I can go with the flow. But another decade of that? Too? No, I need to take a risk. And try something totally new. Everybody's been pushing me to find a job that's more than a job, just like you're saying. Is this my dream job? I don't know, but I have to try. I have to take the gamble or I'll never get anywhere. Oh yeah, that's exactly how I felt when I started this channel. Not to say I'm over impulsive, I worked as a lifeguard recently. You have to be sharp and ready to act, but with a cool head. I can do that for your Funplex too. That perks her attention.
Oh my, a rather serious occupation that. And such an unusual step from such troubled waters to a land of make-believe. You enjoyed this role as a lifeguard, I take it?
Yes ma'am, my roommate says she often noticed me smiling after coming back from work. Which makes Francine smile in turn.
I can't say I can offer a role with such high stakes, but you'd be surprised at the many ways one can save a life even here. Very well, I'm satisfied. Let's get you to work.
Heyo, we passed the interview. I breathe easier at that. Probably the weirdest job interview I've ever had, to be sure, and yet it felt appropriate. Like it was about far more than just filling a slot on the payroll. Francine leads me to the back of the arcade floor to introduce me to my duties. It only occurred to me now that I forgot to ask exactly what duties this mystery job I accepted really involved. And we're back to the lobby. Francine gestures to the seat she was occupying previously at the stool behind the prize desk.
Welcome to your new position, Nez.
Sitting here, you mean?
Sitting here and helping players redeem tickets for valuable prizes.
I glance at the wide area of pencil toppers, rubber spiders, and tiny plastic toy cars in display.
Well, for prizes at any rate. It's such a relief. I'd been stretching myself thin lately trying to fill in since the position has vacated.
If you don't mind me asking, ma'am, why did the last guy who sat here end up quitting?
Something about being so bored out of his mind that he felt like jamming one of those 500 ticket plush dolls down someone's throat. Poor dear, he just wasn't cut out for this line of work. Grandson or no, I've no patience for such nonsense.
He was your grandson? I'm sorry, the last person to work this desk was your grandson.
Anyway, Gavin should be by soon. He'll handle the paperwork and all that administrative nonsense. Now, if you don't mind, all this talking has tired me out some. I'll be in the back office if you need me.
Okay, bye, Grandma. Okay, then. I adjusted my seating on the semi-comfortable stool leaning against the desk. Beneath me, a wide area of cheap junk awaited my attention. I could have lost hope then and there that this job would be even slightly more engaging than being a diner dishwasher, but chose to look on the positive side. I'd be helping kids obtain toys that would become nostalgic memories for years to come. Right? Well, that's our job. Well, the story is actually getting kinda interesting. The art style is really not my thing, but I could see how this would be enjoyable for other people. Anyway, it seems like we got ourselves a job at the arcade, and we'll be surrounded by a bunch of weirdos. Great! If you guys enjoyed this little snippet of Arcade Spirits, want to see us play more of the game, or just suggest another one to play for next Friendo Fridays, leave your comments down below and like and subscribe so we could grow our channel together. But until next week, my name is Nez and thanks for watching Friendo Fridays. See you all next time. Bye, Friendos!